Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we've got some really fascinating research to dig into that you sent us about quantum batteries.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically, how these things called dark states could completely change how these batteries perform.
Yeah.
We're talking batteries that charge crazy fast, hold way more energy, and are just way more stable than anything we've got right now.
Yeah. It's a really cool area, and there's a lot of potential there. And yeah, those dark states seem to be the key.
Okay, so before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's break this down a bit.
Sure.
The research we've got lays out like a major problem with these quantum batteries.
Uh-huh.
They're losing energy.
Right.
It's kind of like when your phone dies way too fast.
Yeah,
But like on a totally different level.
exactly. And a lot of that energy loss is because of this thing called decoherence,
Okay.
which is basically the environment kind of messing with the quantum states inside the battery.
So it's the battery's slowly forgetting it's a quantum battery
Yeah, you could think of it that way.
and losing its special powers.
Yeah, and that's where these dark states come into play.
Okay.
They might be able to solve that.
So the research is saying that these dark states can actually resist decoherence,
Right.
which would make the battery more stable and efficient.
Exactly. They're like these little protected pockets inside the quantum system
Uh-huh.
where energy loss is like minimized,
Right.
like a shield protecting the energy from leaking out.
So did they actually build a quantum battery with these dark states to test it out?
Not a real physical one, but
Okay.
they created a model and then they ran simulations
Oh,
to see how this would all work in practice. And the results were pretty impressive.
what did they find? Did it actually make a difference?
Yeah, they found that using dark states could seriously boost both the capacity and the power density of the battery,
Okay.
meaning it could store more energy and release it more quickly.
So that's a big deal.
Yeah, pretty big deal.
What about the stability? Did the dark states help with that?
Oh, yeah, definitely. The simulations showed a huge improvement in the stability of the charged state.
Okay.
Decoherence still happened, but like the impact was way less.
So it's not just theoretical. They've got data to back this up.
Yeah, and that's what makes this research so exciting. It's not just a cool idea.
Uh-huh.
It's like backed up by these really rigorous simulations
Okay.
that show the potential.
I'm kind of curious about the specifics here.
Yeah.
How did they actually build these dark states into their model? It
So,
all sounds really complicated.
yeah, it is complex, but basically, it involves controlling the interactions between the quantum bits
Okay.
or qubits that make up the battery.
Uh,
So you apply specific external fields
okay.
and manipulate how these qubits interact.
Right.
And that's how they were able to create and maintain these dark states.
So it's not like they're building a physical wall inside the battery.
Well,
They're using these outside forces to mess with the quantum states themselves.
exactly. And that's what makes it so groundbreaking.
Okay.
We're talking about controlling reality at the quantum level
Right.
to create these protected states.
So we've talked about decoherence and dark states and how they could fix this energy loss problem.
Mm-hmm.
But how do these quantum batteries actually work in the first place?
Oh, okay.
What makes them so different from the batteries we use every day?
That's a great question. And it takes us to the wild world of quantum mechanics.
Okay.
So traditional batteries, like the lithium-ion ones in your phone,
Right.
they rely on chemical reactions
Huh?
to store and release energy.
So like moving electrons and ions around.
Exactly. But quantum batteries operate on totally different principles.
Okay.
They use these things called qubits,
Right.
which can exist in multiple states at the same time.
Okay.
It's this crazy concept called superposition,
Uh-huh.
and that's how they can store so much more energy than a traditional battery.
So instead of chemical reactions, they're using quantum mechanics
Exactly.
to store the energy.
And the study you sent highlights another big thing in quantum mechanics:
What's that?
entanglement.
Oh, yeah. Entanglement. Einstein's spooky action at a distance.
That's the one.
Right.
It's this weird phenomenon where two or more qubits get connected
Okay.
in a way that their fates are like tied together.
Uh-huh.
They act like a single unit even when they're physically separated.
It sounds like something out of Star Trek.
I know, right?
Okay, so.
And the researchers found that entanglement seems to be super important for making and maintaining these dark states.
Okay.
The more entangled the qubits are, the better those dark states are at protecting the battery from decoherence.
So entanglement is like the glue that holds these dark states together
That's a great way to put it.
and makes them even better at protecting the energy.
And it shows just how much potential there is in harnessing these quantum phenomena.
Okay, so we've got these quantum batteries that use superposition to store more energy,
Right?
and entanglement is helping to create and maintain these protective dark states.
Yeah.
It seems like quantum batteries could totally change how we think about and use energy.
Absolutely, but there are still challenges.
Hmm.
And that's where more research on dark states and how they interact with entanglement is going to be crucial.
Okay, so let's dive into some of those challenges.
Right.
What are like the biggest hurdles for actually making these quantum batteries work?
Um, well, one of the biggest is scalability.
Okay.
So the simulations we've been talking about, they were done on pretty small systems.
Oh.
Scaling that up to a size that could actually power our devices is a huge engineering challenge.
So I've proven it can work in a lab,
Yeah,
but actually making these batteries on a large scale is a whole other problem.
exactly. And then there's the problem of maintaining those quantum states over time.
Right.
Decoherent is always trying to mess things up.
So like trying to keep a spinning top perfectly balanced.
Yeah, like that. And that level of control gets even harder as the system gets bigger.
So while there's huge potential, there's still a lot of work to do before we see them in our phones and cars.
That's right. But the research is moving fast, and the discovery of these dark states is a big step forward.
Okay.
It's definitely something to keep an eye on.
This study really focuses on dark states.
Yeah.
But are there other things researchers are looking at for quantum batteries?
Oh, yeah, tons of stuff.
Okay.
Some are working on superconducting circuits, others are looking at molecules or even trapped ions.
Wow.
It's a multifaceted approach, with each path having its own advantages and challenges.
So it sounds like a really collaborative field
Oh,
with
definitely
people
fun.
from all sorts of backgrounds coming together to solve this problem.
Yeah, it's really exciting to see.
This whole thing has really opened my eyes to the possibilities of quantum batteries and just how wild quantum mechanics is.
It's a field that's full of surprises.
Yeah.
And what we've talked about today is really just the tip of the iceberg.
Oh, I know you're really into quantum mechanics.
Yeah.
What excites you the most about these quantum batteries?
For me, it's the elegance and the power of these systems. The fact that we can use these crazy quantum phenomena to create actual technology is amazing.
It's like we're tapping into a hidden world with its own rules.
Yeah,
If we can understand those rules, we can do incredible things.
exactly. And the most exciting part is that we're just getting started.
Right.
Who knows what other incredible discoveries are out there
Yeah.
as we keep exploring the quantum realm.
Let's move on to part 2.
Sounds good. You know, one thing that really struck me about this research is how it connects these abstract scientific concepts to real technological advancements.
Yeah.
We're talking about using quantum mechanics to make something as practical as a battery.
It really shows how advancements in basic science can lead to these breakthroughs that could actually change our lives.
Absolutely. And this research is a perfect example. By really getting into these quantum phenomena like superposition entanglement and these dark states,
Right.
scientists are opening the door to a future where energy storage is so much better.
Okay, so speaking of those dark states,
Yeah.
the study talks about a connection between them and entanglement.
Right.
Can you explain that a bit more?
Sure. So entanglement is this crazy phenomenon where two or more quantum particles get linked together in a way that breaks our normal understanding of physics.
Yeah, it's like they have this invisible connection.
Exactly.
And what happens to one instantly affects the other, even if they're far apart.
Exactly. It's mind-blowing, but it seems to be really important for how these dark states form and stay stable in the battery.
Okay, so it's like entanglement is making the dark states even stronger.
Yeah.
So they're even better at shielding the battery's energy.
That's a great way to put it, and that's what makes this research so groundbreaking.
Okay.
It's not just about understanding dark states by themselves.
Right.
It's about seeing how they work with other quantum things like entanglement to make the battery so much better.
It's like all these quantum concepts are connected.
Yeah.
And we can use them together to get these amazing results.
And this opens up all sorts of new research possibilities.
Like what?
Well, scientists are now trying to figure out how to engineer and manipulate entanglement within these quantum systems to make even more stable and longer-lasting dark states.
Wow. So it's like we're getting this fine-grained control over these quantum systems
Exactly.
using entanglement to tweak their properties and really unlock their potential.
That's a great way to think about it.
This whole idea of using entanglement to make batteries better sounds like science fiction.
I know, it's crazy to think we might be on the edge of such a huge shift in how we store energy.
Okay, so let's talk about what this could actually mean in the real world.
Sure.
We talked about the benefits in theory,
Yeah.
but how could this technology actually change our lives?
The possibilities are huge. Think about a world where our devices charge in seconds instead of hours.
Oh, wow.
Electric cars could go as far as gas cars and refuel in minutes.
Right.
And renewable energy like solar and wind could be stored efficiently and reliably.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Let's start with something we use every day, like smartphones. How could quantum batteries change how we use our phones?
Imagine never having to worry about your phone dying again.
Yeah.
You could fully charge it in seconds.
No more low battery anxiety.
Exactly.
That'd be awesome.
And it's not just about convenience. Quantum batteries could lead to totally new phone designs.
Yeah, what?
Well, without the limits of battery size and weight,
Yeah.
we could have smaller, more powerful, and more feature-rich devices.
Okay, so let's talk about electric cars.
Right.
Range anxiety and long charging times are big problems for people right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Could quantum batteries be the answer?
Absolutely. Quantum batteries could massively increase the range of electric vehicles
Okay.
and cut charging times way down.
So you could charge your car as fast as filling up a gas tank.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That would get rid of range anxiety and make electric cars a much better option.
That would be a huge change for the car industry.
Yeah.
And a big step towards a greener future.
For sure. And it's not just about personal cars either.
Yeah.
Quantum batteries could revolutionize public transport.
Oh, wow.
Imagine electric buses and trains that can be quickly recharged at every stop.
That would make them so much more efficient.
Exactly.
All right, so what about renewable energy?
One of the biggest challenges with solar and wind power is that they're not always available.
Right. The sun doesn't always shine. The wind doesn't always blow.
Exactly. And that's where energy storage is so important.
We need a way to store that energy.
Yeah.
So we can use it when we need it, even when there's no sun or wind.
Right. And quantum batteries could be the perfect solution.
Oh.
They can store a lot of energy and charge super fast.
So like massive batteries connected to solar farms and wind turbines.
Exactly. Storing up energy when it's available and releasing it to the grid when we need it.
That would be a total game changer for the energy sector.
It would allow us to really switch to a clean and sustainable energy future.
And the benefits don't stop there.
No, not at all. Quantum batteries could revolutionize healthcare, aerospace, even space exploration. Think about longer-lasting medical implants, more powerful, portable medical devices, spacecraft that can travel farther and faster.
That's incredible.
It's amazing to think about all the potential applications.
It really feels like we're about to enter a new era of technology.
Yeah.
Driven by quantum mechanics.
It's a really exciting time to be following this field.
Definitely.
And while there's still work to do before we see quantum batteries everywhere, the progress is impressive. This research on dark states and entanglement is just one example.
And it's important to remember that these discoveries don't happen in a vacuum.
Right.
It's a global effort, with researchers from all over the world working together.
It really shows the power of human ingenuity and our desire to understand the universe and use that knowledge to make things better.
This deep dive has been amazing so far.
It has.
We've explored quantum mechanics, learned about dark states and entanglement, and imagined a future powered by these quantum batteries.
It's been a great exploration, and we've covered a lot. But there's still so much more to learn.
Right.
The world of quantum mechanics is full of surprises.
Should we keep going in part 3?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
You know, it's kind of crazy to think that something as basic as a battery could be like at the heart of this huge scientific revolution.
It really is. We kind of just take batteries for granted.
Yeah.
But they're everywhere. And now they might be changed completely by quantum mechanics.
It does feel like we're seeing the start of like a whole new era of technology.
Yeah.
All because of these tiny particles that just do these crazy things we don't see every day.
Absolutely. And the research we've been looking at with the dark states and entanglement, it shows how these big mysteries of the universe can lead to real breakthroughs that could change everything.
Before we finish up, there's one more thing that I found really interesting.
Okay.
Besides making batteries better, the study mentions that quantum batteries might be able to do more than just store energy.
Yeah, some researchers are looking into using them for information processing.
Wow.
And even quantum communication.
So they could be like multi-purpose.
Yeah.
Not just storing energy, but also being part of quantum computers or networks.
Exactly. It shows that we're really just scratching the surface of what quantum technology can do.
It's like we're unlocking this whole new world of possibilities.
And as we keep exploring quantum mechanics, who knows what else we'll find?
This deep dive has been amazing.
It has.
We started with a simple question about batteries and ended up on this journey through the fabric of reality.
That's what's so cool about science. It's a constant adventure driven by our curiosity to understand the world around us and push the limits of what's possible.
This has been a fantastic deep dive.
It really has.
We've learned about the basics of quantum mechanics,
Right.
explored these fascinating dark states and entanglement, and imagined a future powered by these incredible quantum batteries.
It's been great exploring this with you. And remember, the world of quantum mechanics is full of mysteries and possibilities just waiting to be discovered.
So keep asking those questions, keep exploring, and never stop learning.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
And from all of us here at The Deep Dive, thanks for joining us on this incredible journey. Until next time, keep exploring,